if you have a griddle that looks like this and you want it to look like this, follow along and I'll show you what I did. Well, as you can see, we have our work cut out for us. This has been sitting here all winter and there's a lot of rust and dirt and things that have blew in on it. So there'll be a little work involved with getting this done, but it's been needing to be done. Last year I cleaned it up enough to use it, but it really needs a really good cleaning. So the first thing I'm going to do is get this turned on. I'm gonna let it heat up on high for about 20 minutes. And then we're gonna start scraping it. So I'll go ahead and get this on and then we'll come back whenever it's ready to scrape. Woo! Oh my, you gotta be careful. Whenever you haven't started in a while, sometimes it takes it a little longer to light, and the last thing you wanna do is blow yourself up. So I'll have to be a little more careful next time to watch to make sure it lights, because there was gas coming out and it hadn't lit. All right. Got it up on high. We'll let this heat up for about 20 minutes and come back. For starters, you'll want to go and grab some things. I have some safety gloves here. They're a heavy duty glove that work really good for handling hot things. You don't have to have these, you just want to let your grill cool down a little colder if you don't have a heavy duty glove. And then you'll want a scraper. You can even use like a Bondo knife or anything like that, but this bench scraper will work really good. And then I'm going to use a cheaper oil. It's olive oil. It's actually getting older, so I want to start using this up, and that will be used for the cleaning part of it, so we don't have to put any water on the grill. And then I have a grill cleaning block here. It's basically just a stone block to help with the cleaning. And then I have a flax cooking oil. This is the best kind of oil to use to season your griddle or your cast iron with. But if you don't have this, you can use olive oil or probably any other type of oil, but this is what they recommend as being the best. You'll also want to grab some paper towels because you'll be using them during the cleaning process. So let's get started getting that grill clean. So you want to heat this on high for 20 minutes. After the 20 minutes is up, you want to let it cool down before you start scraping. But I have some big gloves here, so I will go ahead and start scraping it now since I have protection. But you'll want to wait till it cools down a little bit if you don't have protective gloves. And as you can see, it's already looking better just since we heated it up. There's a lot of loose stuff on there though. And I have it turned off at this point also. I'm going to take these shields off so it's easier to clean. These I actually got at the Dollar Tree. It just helps with the wind a little bit. It's not the best. They make windshields specifically for this, but I just didn't want to spend the money. So you're basically scraping to get anything that's loose off of the grill. Any of that old yucky gunk that might be still on the grill. Get all that scraped off. I'm scraping the sides too. While I'm doing it, I just as well do a good job. See all that loose stuff? We'll get this off here so we can move on to the next step. You might want to take this tray off so you can really scrape that back too. It's amazing all the junk that collects on the sides as well. All right, I'm going to grab some paper towel and finish wiping this off a little bit. All right, I'm going to put about 4 tablespoons of oil on here. Okay, we'll take our cleaning stone and start scrubbing. I think I'm going to add a little bit more oil. I'll just wipe off the excess when I'm done. Just want to make sure I have plenty on there. If you don't have a cleaning stone, you can use any kind of an abrasive cleaning tool or anything like that. I've seen where people have even used drills with abrasive things on it. It would speed up the process, but I had this, so I decided to just go ahead and use it. You can kind of feel a resistance if there's stuff under it. It's hard to see because it's just all yucky and brown, but you can kind of feel a little resistance, there's still stuff caked onto the griddle. It takes a little elbow grease, but it sure makes a big difference. I'm gonna grab some paper towel, get this off of here and see what it looks like. Look at all that. I grabbed my scraper tool. I'm gonna see if I can clean off a little bit more of this. This is a good time to clean out that drip pan while you have all these dirty rags too. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more oil so I can clean this a little bit better before I do my final seasoning. If you see that it's not clean enough for you, you can always add more oil and use your stone to get more of it off. I feel like it's looking pretty good. I mean, I could take the time probably to scrape every last bit of the old seasoning off. My main thoughts on it is just to get all that loose stuff off of here and all of the rust for sure. I just grabbed my cleaning stone and I'm scraping some of the areas that still look a little bit loose, and it's actually working pretty good without adding a bunch more oil. Okay, we'll warm this up for about 15 minutes and then we'll come back to season the griddle. We got our griddle hot now. It's been on for about 10 minutes. We're gonna put our flaxseed oil on the griddle. And we don't wanna put too much of this. We just want a real thin layer. So I'll spread this around. You'll want heat resistant gloves. Or tongs to do this because this griddle is very hot. And one thing to remember with flaxseed oil is you want to keep it in the refrigerator. So if this is the first time you bought it and you're using it for this, make sure that when you're done, you put it in the refrigerator so that you can use it next time. It'll go bad if you leave it out. You just want to make sure it's a real thin coat. And we're going to turn our griddle back on, let this burn off for about 10 or 15 minutes. When the smoke stops, you know that it is done and you can turn it off. So we'll come back then. Well, look how good it looks. It's all seasoned. Now that it stopped smoking, we can turn it off. And throughout the year, whenever you're using it a lot and it looks like it could use a freshen up, you can just do the same steps that we did at the end. You shouldn't have to do all the scraping and the scrubbing and all that kind of stuff. You may want to do it like once a year. You don't have to do it all the time. Do you have a favorite way that you like to clean your Blackstone? Maybe you could share it with the rest of us. I'm sure there's many ways to do it. So if you like content like this, click subscribe and join me here again next time. I hope that you're having a great day. Thank you for joining me. Bye for now.